world, wherever the fuck we are. For the love of God, I gotta get that shit off there. Man, gonna get that shit off there, man. Alright, there is the link to donate. $5 a month will get you a video. And so we'll start off with the certification of our glorious leader, Donald John Trump, officially winning the 2024 election and officially becoming the 47th president of these United States. And how much you want to bet Kamala Harris is as drunk as a goddamn skunk right now? I don't know if she went with wine or with Hillary's choice, just straight up vodka.
President of the United States is...
Hey, at least she was sober for this.
500 J. Trump of the state of Florida.
And now 14, just 14 more days, and Trump returns as our glorious leader. Fucking salty-ass Democrats. You see that, Democrats? That's a majority. Where's Perky Tits? Also known as AOC. God, we just keep fucking winning. Mom, shut up!
No, David, I'm not good. Quit telling me to shut up.
Tim Walz of the state of Minnesota has received 226 votes. President and Vice President of the United States.
I don't know if that was me or if that was Tim, but if it was me, thank you for your subscription or donation.
To preside over her own election loss.
Well, I'm sure she's drinking enough Chardonnay to compensate.
Happened.
Like, I can do pretty well backtracking. I could probably get it to... Okay, I'll try. Fuck it. Let's just go Trump, Biden, Trump, Obama, Bush the second, Clinton, Bush the first, Reagan, Carter, Ford, Nixon, Johnson, Kennedy, Eisenhower, Truman, FDR, I want to say Coolidge, and I'm tapping at this point. I think I may have even fucked up Coolidge.
When we see this,
But trust me, it's easier for me to go backwards with presidents than forwards, because forwards I get to Washington, Adams, Jefferson, and then I completely fall off the fucking rails. Because, like, I know them, I just don't know the order. Like, it was Madison, it's Andrew Jackson, shit president. And here's the other thing. If, let's say, tomorrow, God forbid, Donald Trump drops over dead of a heart attack, it's not going to be Kamala Harris. They're not going to do another election. It's just going to be J.D. Vance. If they put Trump in prison and somehow it sticks, J.D. Vance will be the president of these United States. You're not getting the cackling in office.
but already, especially now with the attack in New Orleans, that number might be 20 or 30 deaths so far since the election. But 20 or 30 is a long way from getting to 1,000.
How do you know it has anything to do with the election? As far as I know, the terror attack in New Orleans, if it was a terror attack and not just some lone nut, that has nothing to do with a fucking election. Oh my God, Tim, for a guy like you that rails against mainstream media lies, you are just as bad. The Tesla thing and the Tesla thing, I would maybe say is closer to tied to the election than the goddamn New Orleans thing. Jesus Christ, Tim, for as much as you bitch, whine, and complain about the mainstream media lying or blowing shit up or blowing shit out of proportion, you're just as bad.
Wait until Trump calls in the military to start deporting.
Oh my God, I swear to God, if you say fucking civil war, I will rip your tiny little dick off.
One of the rumors circulating online is that there will be a drone attack on Donald Trump. And they'll use this to claim Iran did it.
Donald Trump was elected to get us out of fucking wars, not start them. Now, let's say somehow, some way, I'll just pick on ISIS. ISIS somehow gets a drone strike, which I guarantee you any drone flying within 500 feet of the fucking White House will be shot down immediately. But okay, somehow they drone strike Trump and it's an assassination. And they somehow pin it on Iran. We're not going to war without proof. We did that once. It was called Iraq. And the American people have been pissed off about it ever since. Besides, what would be the point and purpose? You think Russia's gonna bow up to us if we start fucking with Iran? Or fighting Iran? So, this is J-Bay's latest video where she's asking people for money. Supposedly to fight for fat equality and representation. I think it's to fight for Chick-fil-A sandwiches.
I'm Jay, a passionate advocate for fat liberation. For years, I've been fighting against the discrimination fat.
Again, if fat people were not liberated, they wouldn't be fat. They would be forced into camps to lose weight. You are liberated. You can do whatever you want. You can spend all goddamn day shoving White Castle sliders down your throat. But don't bitch when the average size chair doesn't accommodate your great big fat ass. Being fat is a choice. And I say this as someone who is fat. I know exactly what makes me fat.
This work has required immense sacrifices, time, energy, and sometimes my own well-being.
Oh, really? Because you seem to be pretty happy making all your stupid little travel vlogs. What sacrifices have you made? Oh, God, you just couldn't afford that third quarter pounder.
Let's make this world better together.
The only thing at the bottom of your heart, sweetheart, is about a pound of bacon grease. Alright, needless to say, this is her GoFundMe. Alright. And yes, the Fat Equality Bill of Rights. I'm going to bring this up before we leave. It's a change.org petition. And what it would do would be essentially make shopping and travel impossible. What barriers do fat fucks face? It seems, if anything, we bend over backward. This is something that is just driving me nuts lately. We bend over backwards as a society to accommodate the 1 to 2% of people that are crippled in some way. Now, I'm fine making reasonable accommodations for people that are fucked up due to no fault of their own. You, my dear, choose to be fat. Why? You can't put down the chicken fucking sandwiches. No, we shouldn't bend over backwards for you. In fact, we should shame you. God, I am so sick. Oh, we have to completely destroy this 300-year-old structure because some jackass in a wheelchair, he can't enjoy it. Well, fuck you. Find something else to enjoy. Take your crippled ass somewhere else. And no, I don't use differently abled. You're in a wheelchair. It didn't give you the ability to move shit with your mind. You're crippled.
It's being turned away from.
I shouldn't be on my... let me see here. What do you... oh, shit, I am on that. God damn it all to hell. Okay, we should be back to the normal mic.
To education.
Oh my god, transportation. Okay, healthcare. There are people that are literally too fat to be operated on. The surgeon doesn't want to kill them on the table. As for employment, well, I'm sorry, but if the job is to be a model, you're out. Or if it's to lug 50-pound sacks of potatoes, you're out. As for transportation, I literally read her transportation section. There'd be about 15 seats on a city bus and about 30 on an airplane. Yeah, I'm sorry. You're in a... And you know who doesn't bitch about this? And I'm going to bring him up more and more. Take a guy like Shaquille O'Neal. He's a massive man. He's 7 feet tall, and he's big as well. The world isn't built to accommodate him. But do you see him bitching? And Shaq couldn't help being 7 feet tall and a massive man. You, my dear, just couldn't put down the box of Ho-Hos for 5 fucking minutes. So no, Jabba, we're not gonna bend the world so your big fat ass can feel dignified. Oh God, do some push-ups, lard ass. Billy Badass, I don't know if you heard this. You know, you may have missed it while the moans of your mom while I'm fucking her in the ass. I literally said I'm fat as well, and I know why I'm fat. Why? Beer, pizza, and a sedentary lifestyle. Did you hear that over the clink of the padlock on your cock cage? No, I don't hate fat people. I hate you. Specifically you, a singular fat person. Because you're a delusional dipshit that wants unrealistic change.
The truth is fat phobia is deeply rooted in capitalism, racism, and misogyny.
Okay, wait a second. I hope she explains this, because so capitalism is rooted in what were the 3 things?
Capitalism, racism, and misogyny.
Misogyny. So fat phobia is capitalism, racism, and misogyny. Well, the capitalism argument I can already debunk in 1 second, but I'll let you.
And it has nothing to do with someone's health.
Well, considering that anti-capitalists usually want a single-payer healthcare system, Yeah, I don't want my taxes going through the roof because your fat ass couldn't put down the goddamn pretzels. Okay, so capitalism thrives off.
Capitalism thrives off insecurity. Companies make billions off diet culture, selling weight loss products and services that promise happiness, success, and acceptance.
Capitalism thrives off consumption. Who consumes more than big fat fucks like you?
Especially us fat women are told constantly that our worth is tied to our appearance.
Well, okay, your worth is not entirely tied to your appearance. But most of you want men. And men are visual creatures. We don't want to sleep with someone that could crush us if they happen to roll on top. Trust me, if we lived in a patriarchal culture, fat women wouldn't exist. And lady, you're not fat, you're not chubby, you're not chunky. You're dying. I mean, you are in your 20s and you have to wear oxygen. You have to take oxygen. You have that little nose dealy.
I've been bullied, shamed, and overlooked, but
Cry, baby, cry. Cry, cry to heaven. Light a candle, toll a bell. Oh, and go to hell. You should be body shamed because this is not healthy. And also, there's discrimination against everyone. I'm 5'6". I ain't cutting it in the WNBA, WNBA, Jesus Christ. The NBA. I might cut it in the WNBA. I might cut it there. Well, you can't, fat folk, you can't tell guys to be attracted to fat chicks. Yes, there is a sect of guys that is attracted to fat chicks. And they usually have multiple girlfriends. Because, face it, ladies, it's the best you got. Sorry, you can't dictate people's dating preferences. There is no amount of alcohol on earth I could drink to be sexually attracted to you. Now, drop 300 pounds and come back and talk to me. By the way, this has gotten a whopping 37 signatures. So this is our Fat Equality Bill of Rights. Right to legal protection against fat discrimination. Fat fucks must be protected from discrimination in all aspects of life. This includes discriminations based on body size and healthcare, employment. Oh my God, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind over the healthcare one. Lady, if you can't fit in the goddamn MRI machine, you need to go to the zoo. Which they have done for morbidly obese fucks like her. They literally transport her to the zoo, and they use the same MRI machines that are used on hippos. Why do MRI machines? Yeah, that's a real easy fix. We could just fix that up, Cracker Jack. We have them. They're at the zoo. Go there. Go get scanned in the same fucking MRI machine that the gorillas are in. Appropriately calibrated scales. The scales are appropriately calibrated. You just don't like the results. Larger hospital grounds, great. They can also double as shower curtains. Healthcare providers, including physical therapy, dental offices, and hospitals, must implement, oh my God, size-appropriate seat. Jesus Christ! Did you ever think that when he got to the point of the dentist chair, who can literally easily hoist up a 250-pound man, that maybe the fact that it can't hoist you up anymore, something's wrong with you? That wasn't a moment of like, geez, maybe I should change something in my life. Again, if I'm a doctor and a patient comes in and they complain of knee pain, my first thought is, well, your knee hurts because you're a great big fat fuck! The right to accessible transportation must ensure an adequate number of seats to accommodate fat individuals' body types. If we went with this suggestion, all city buses would have approximately 12 seats. Of course, the thought of you putting down the chicken sandwich never crossed your fucking mind. Well, the reason you have to pay more, love, is because you take up more space. And again, I'm talking to somebody who has a belly. But Jesus Christ, if I ever got to the point where I couldn't even fit in my car seat, I'd be like, okay, something's got to stop. Again, travel on a cargo plane, Jabba! Housing standards should mandate that a portion of offerings include fat-accessible accommodation, such as, oh my God, wider doorways, ramps. If you are so fat that you cannot walk, should that not set off alarm bells in your head? Higher weight capacity, furniture, fixtures, handheld shower heads, grab bars, blah, 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 blah. No! Should not the fact that you need all this, again, not set off alarm bells in your head?
There was no attempt from Kamala Harris or Joe Biden to switch the results. There was no mob.
Have you seen leftist TikTok and leftist YouTube? They literally were hoping that on certification day, Kamala Harris would change the vote. They literally were like, Kamala Harris walks out, because Trump is a felon, he cannot be the president of the United States. Therefore, his votes are invalid, and I am president. I am Kamala. Now I'm going to drink 3 gallons of wine. I will say the Trump supporters got rowdy in the Capitol. But what did Antifa and BLM do during the Summer of Love? Oh, yeah, that's right. Burnt cities to the ground. So why don't you shut the fuck up, Harry, with your slappable cheeks? White men, time to discover your blind spots. By the way, this video was brought to me by LOP Fan. And he literally said I've been way too nice. LOP Fan has routinely given me things to rage at. So we're going to see just how long I can last. Alright, so we have some fucking fat fucking white guy walking to the stage.
In 1990, I traveled to South Africa as part of my work with Outward Bound. That was life-changing for me. Nelson Mandela had just been released from prison.
You do know that now there is open, massive racism towards white people in that country. I mean, he recorded this in 2017, so I don't know. He may be dead.
A few months before, and apartheid was being dismantled. I worked with mining.
You know, it seems to me everything in South Africa went to shit ever since we let black asses in control. Maybe Whitey should have remained in control.
Groups and banks and other businesses facilitating interracial team building courses, each lasting 8 days. The mining guys all worked on the same shifts together, and yet, on the same shifts across race, they never ate meals together, they never shared the same dorm rooms, and they never drank beer together. One white miner's wife told him, "If you sleep in the same room as a black man, I will divorce you." We started intensive team activities.
Who fucking cares? I don't give a shit.
Over time, I found that I had a lot in common with the white men as well. They were good guys one-on-one, and yet they were part of a system that was oppressive. They were in power and others conformed to their...
Yeah, except ever since we freed South Africa, it's kind of gone to shit. And now the whites are the actual oppressed people. So, you know, I don't know. You figure it out, dude.
for diversity.
I'm fine with diversity as long as diversity is beneficial to me. If it's not, I don't want it.
In my dissertation research, I found the white men I studied learn almost everything from women and people of color.
Great. So it seems to me that diversity and all this other shit is bullshit because, again, it's mainly taught by women. And women don't have a fucking thing to teach anyone.
They didn't turn to other white men, and in fact disconnected from white men and were angry at them. I was presenting these results at a national conference, and a black woman stood up. She said, "If that's the pathway to diversity for white men, I'm exhausted. I don't have the energy to educate all of you."
If I was at that panel, I'd have said, shut the fuck up. It's not a problem. Sit the fuck down. And you would cry if you had me in the room. I hate to say this. I don't think I got it. I don't think I have it in me to finish this. Anyway, yeah, I've reached my limit with this. Anyway, good night, everybody. Goddamn pieces of shit. Oh, your lying eyes. Oh, you goddamn piece of shit.